How about that cigar? We are live again at 2021 Cigars and Baseball at CHS Field right here in St. Paul, Minnesota. We're so grateful to have none other than Jeff Haugen from Crux Cigars. Jeff, welcome back to the show. How's it going, brother?
Good. It's been a long time. We were just talking about the last time I was on your show was right before COVID. A lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
Good to see. I saw you in Las Vegas.
That's right.
Briefly, and just great to be on your show. You guys are doing an amazing job. And we're out here at Cigars and Baseball for an amazing cause, incredible show. Turnout, people are showing up one after another. Food, the drink, the cigars are fantastic.
Wonderful.
Couldn't be more excited for everybody that's participating here and what we're doing here for a very good cause.
Thank you. And so do me a favor when you're talking, get that mic right in there just so everybody can hear your beautiful voice. So I gotta say, one thing before we kind of dive into talking about Crux and stuff like that, I remember one of the things I remember from the first day of the trade show at PCA this year, when we were walking through, before the show floor was live, and seeing you at your booth up on a ladder with a screw gun, helping put the booth together. So there's that. I respect that a lot because there's a lot of guys in your position who aren't going to be up on a ladder with a screw gun. They're going to be sitting on a chair saying, "Hey, fix that thing and move that thing over there." You're not. You got your hands in there, getting dirty with the guys. So that was very cool to see.
Well, yeah. I mean, number one, I like getting my hands dirty. And before I got into the cigar business, I actually wanted to be in the hardware store business. That's what I did prior to getting into cigars. I wanted to own hardware stores. So I have an obsession for buying tools that are still brand new in the box in my garage. I have all these ideas of these brand projects I'm going to put together. So any chance I can get on a ladder, as long as it's not more than 6 feet, I'm on the ladder. And I like you guys get way up in these buildings, but I love being with the guys, and everybody does their part when we get to these shows and pitch in. And we're still a small company, so I think I'll always be that guy on the ladder. And I'm not a tall guy, so it makes me feel extra special when I'm up there.
One thing I do appreciate about you is how friendly you are. I've been in the Tobacco Grove a few times, and I was almost awestruck when I first met you. I'm like, oh wait, he's the one that rolls. He owns the company. So I appreciate how down to earth you are and how nice you are. Yeah. That's the way to put it.
Well,
genuine. That's what it is. Genuine.
Well, we're all the same. I mean, what I love about cigars is they are just the absolute great connectors between people. And there's very few things you can do in life where you can have real and true human connections. And cigars connect people every day. Everybody has a story. I've had my absolute difficult times in life. Everybody has their difficult times in life stories, and we get to share those over a cigar. And so I'm humbled every time I meet a new person because I get to learn from everybody's an expert at what they do, right? And you talk with somebody within 5 minutes, you're going to learn one of their top 3 passions.
Yeah.
And if I can talk to somebody and they can talk about their passion, I'm going to learn something. And it fills me up, and I love it. So thanks for saying it, but I felt the same about you. Genuine person, and that's what I look for, being around genuine people that aren't full of shit, that just, like to hang out and have a cigar and really connect over a good conversation and a fine cigar.
Yeah, so when we were at the PCA trade show, Garrett and I were there on the last day of the show. We got to talk to Tony. Congrats again on 2 years in a row for best booth, best small booth, I think it is, or best medium booth.
It was best small
booth. And you guys really do bring it from a design standpoint. There's always it's a clean, streamlined look. Everything's well lit, well presented. And one of the things, you're smoking it right now. I've talked about it on the show already. I was so excited to see that number 4 size in the Du Connoisseur. So that guys, if you've seen that cigar at your shop recently and you haven't picked one up yet, pick it up, because that is, in my opinion, I know other people love different Vitolas. As much as I love those smaller ring gauges in the Du Connoisseur, that number 4 is right on right on the money for me.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I tend to love it too. It's what I'm smoking obviously right now. But the original Du Connoisseur was based off the old Partagas Serie Du Connoisseur, an old Cuban cigar that I used to smoke from time to time. And I do prefer smaller ring gauge cigars if the wrapper can shine.
Yeah.
Right? That's where, the wrapper, the binder doesn't matter to me. And if it's got good rich filler and, it's a good Lancero or a smaller cigar forces you to take time, right? Doesn't produce the volume to smoke that maybe a Toro or a larger ring gauge cigar does, but you really have a much richer experience in smoking some of these smaller ring gauge cigars. So, the Crux Du Connoisseur was modeled after that Partagas Serie Du Connoisseur to the T, the number 1, 2, and 3, which is 2 Lanceros and a slim Panatella. And then, but Corona Gorda is my favorite size. And so
same here.
I've said, well, I got to try to take it to that size and that blend. And when you're blending a cigar that's a Lancero and you move it up to a 46 ring gauge, it's actually harder than you think.
Yeah.
It changes the blend. You can't just carry that filler combination through because you got to add leaves.
Yeah.
And you certainly can't carry that to a Toro or a 50 ring gauge cigar.
Right.
So it was hard to put it together. So it still tasted in the same family as those smaller ring gauge cigars. But I'm glad you like it. I'm humbled, and it's one of my favorites too. So.
Yeah.
I was telling Matt earlier, I haven't smoked that yet, and I want to smoke it on a fresh palate so I can get all the renaissance of it.
Yeah. Well, I gave you one. So
He's
gonna
wait. He said when he grabbed it, he's like, I'm gonna wait.
Listen, there's some hand sanitizer at every table in this place. A couple squirts, swish it out, don't swallow it. And, they're good.
So, talking a little bit about this event in particular, how long has Crux been a part of Cigars and Baseball?
Crux launched in 2014, so it would have been 2015 when I believe Kurt reached out and said, heard you have a cigar brand, and you're a Minnesota company, right? So, and that's the way I always say with Crux. We're born in Minnesota, we're made in Nicaragua, and so we were excited to be at the first one, certainly with our old branding and some of our old stuff, and I couldn't believe. So this is, and we've done it every year since. So I can't believe what a great job Kurt and his team and the volunteers, what they do every year to raise the kind of money they raise for an amazing cause. And it's just, there's no other event in Minnesota in any year that brings together hundreds and hundreds of cigar smokers to raise money. Really, really an amazing job by everybody involved in Cigars and Baseball for the miracle.
Yeah, and it's great to be, for us being our first year here, to see what this event really is and what it means, and to hear the stories of what the Miracle League does for kids around the country, and giving them a chance to participate in these sporting activities that otherwise they probably wouldn't be able to. And so it's really it really is important. And when you couple, and Raul and I talked about this a little bit earlier, when you couple that with an event where you can get cigar smokers together in a social event, which we, of course, as cigar people, we love social events, to have that opportunity where it can also be a catalyst that brings awareness to a great cause and give money to a great cause that will help build facilities for these children. It's why would you not participate in it? And we're so grateful, honestly, and I know you are too. That it's not about selling cigars. It's about being a part of the community and being grateful to play any role at all in doing something for these kids.
Correct.
Yeah.
And everybody that participates, you look around and everybody has a bag of cigars. The food that's here, all the restaurants, the local restaurants, and we got nothing but cakes. I just had a buddy bowl from JD Hoyt's, one of my favorite restaurants ever. In fact, in Tobacco Grove, we do a Davidoff dinner every year.
That's right.
With JD Hoyts, and and then I just had a couple of sips of my favorite beer, Castle Danger.
Castle Danger,
which I know
yeah.
you're a fan of.
Yeah.
But they're all here. I mean, all these great spirits and beer and the
Yeah.
food and great cigars and lots of laughs and this venue. Have you been to this field before?
I haven't been to the field before.
Have you?
It's fantastic, and it's not only is it a great ballpark, it also just happens to be perfect for a cigar event like this.
Right.
Closed in, it's open.
That's right. The wind's blowing. I mean, you can't see any cigar smoke in the air.
Right.
It's just a perfect venue, and they've had it in different places, which I thought were very good as well. But this is kind of a neat and special venue, and I haven't been down here, so it's fun. So if anybody has always thought about it, I know there's a lot of people out there that probably haven't even heard about cigars and baseball. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this right now, make sure you put it on your calendar for next year.
Absolutely.
Because it happens every year. It gets bigger every year.
Yeah.
The selection, the food, what you get, the values there, and it's for a great cause. And everybody has a smile on their face when they come to cigars and baseball. That's cool to see.
Yeah. Also, if you don't know anything about it, go on their website, look at some of their videos. It tugs on your heart.
It really does
when you watch it. So please go on their site and take a look.
Yeah, and that's a great point. It gives you, when you go on cigarsbaseball.com, it gives you an opportunity to actually see where your money's going. And I think that's important with any charity, to where you can actually see where your money's going. And for them to have been able to sustain this event for as long as they have is a testament to how hard they work. And this team really does work very hard to get this event put on. And there are a lot of companies like yours that contribute and that participate in this event. Again, not because of the sales of cigars, but because you know what the event means. And we appreciate that. We really do.
Yeah, that's right. This is one of those hard years for, I think, a lot of cigar companies to do a lot of different events because of course, the obvious, but also the increased demand for cigars over the last 2 years has made it very difficult. I mean, cigar companies are low on inventory.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these events that are still, people are trying to get these things going again. And as a owner of a cigar company, we really have to kind of pick and choose where that extra inventory. A lot of times we don't have enough cigars to ship to our customers, or we're constantly worried about that.
Yeah.
This one, even though I think we brought over 1,000 cigars because it's well attended. It still feels good. Like we're happy to do it, because of what they've put together here. So this is an easy one. It's a no-brainer. We'll be involved for years to come. Yeah,
no, that's great. So one of the things we want to do sometime in the near future, hopefully, is because we talked about this, that back in March of 2020. We met at Tobacco Grove. We interviewed you on the show right before everything locked down. And it's been, and we've had these short conversations at this show and at the trade show. But I think it's time for us to get back to Tobacco Grove and have a nice long conversation one night. So we'll set that up.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Not traveling as much, which is great.
Right.
I've been able to stay home, connect with my family and friends, and it's been a good reset. Hear that a lot with different people.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to enjoy it, do the things I haven't done for a lot of years. On the other side of it, as a retailer, you get to go to a store every day. There's some structure. The open sign goes on.
Yeah.
You have fun all day long. You sell cigars to your friends, and the open sign goes off, and you go home to your family. When you're on the other side, the manufacturing side. I was going to Nicaragua 10 to 12 times a year. That's over 2 months of just being in Nicaragua, plus all the other travel. And so it was difficult. Pulls your heartstrings every time your kids cry because you're leaving for another trip.
Yeah.
And I haven't had that. So now I still travel, nowhere near as extensively as I did before. I think I'll definitely have to do a little bit more next year. And but it's been a good year for us to really assess what we're doing in our business. And we got a great team that's running the retail store.
Oh yeah.
Rick and Cole do a fantastic job, and all their staff. They love giving people shit every day.
I've been on the other end of that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Even me. you know, and you know, so it's a good place to get humbled. But you know, listen, everybody's doing the best they can through this whole thing, and I really look forward to the day that we can sit down again. And, you know, because there's tobacco, good air handling and stuff. So
Absolutely.
anytime you guys want to get together and just chat over stuff, and we can talk about maybe some of the maybe you're the first one I'll talk to about some of the new projects we have coming out.
Yeah,
for next
we'd love
year.
to. Yeah,
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, we'll set that up. Guys, again, we're going to have more conversations here at Cigars and Baseball throughout the day. So, Jeff, thanks for taking a few minutes with us.
You're very welcome. Bye. Get here
All right.
next year, everyone, please.
Yes. Come to Cigars and Baseball. So we'll see you guys again in a few minutes. Burn cigars.
Not bridges.
See you soon.